Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome back. This is Dion with the Blushing Mint. I am so excited to have you guys here joining me. It is the day that I am doing my full deck challenge video. And so I have our hashtag here and I have our letter and our ideas for this week here. I just have to pause and thank you guys all for joining me, for your excitement and your interest in this challenge. I don't know what I was thinking when I shared it. I just did, and it was like, oh my gosh, it garnered so much interest and it kind of scared me a little bit. So last week's video was a little hesitant. I had several things in my mind, but I kind of got into my own head a little bit, so it was a little discombobulated, and I apologize for that. I try to be a little bit more organized and do a little bit better, and last week was not my best video, but I want to thank you for those of you who are sticking with me on this journey, and I hope that it will go better from here on out. So anyway, this is the Blushing Mint's 2024 Full Deck Challenge. And today we are focusing on the word boundaries. So this is something that you can include on your card if that's something that interests you. And the style or method is to use a button. Super simple. If you don't have one, go look in your closet on one of those button-up shirts or something like that. Usually at the bottom, they give you a few extra buttons. Cut one off. You probably will never need it anyway. So a button and boundaries and or neither one or just whatever, because remember, friends, this isn't something that we're judging on or anything like that. This is just a fun project to create a handheld sized journal over the course of a year, doing a simple thing every week, and at the end of the year we have a completed journal. We've used a box of cards. We've watched our creativity and our style and our crafting journey ebb and flow throughout the year. And so really that's what this challenge is all about. It's about not being overwhelmed by the process or the words or any of those things, and just creating something that we can be proud of and we can look back on and see our own personal growth, whether it's in the journal entries, if we use it as such, or whether it's in our art style or whatever. But I just want you guys to have fun. I don't want this to be something that creates anxiety or anything like that, or competition or anything like that, because that's totally not the way that I operate. So anyway, I've gathered some supplies for my own self for this week, and I am, of course, going to use both or feature both the word boundaries as well as the button. And please keep in mind that this is my personal art journal, so to speak, for the year as well. And so I'm putting me into this journal and the things that matter to me into my own journal, as I hope that you guys are doing into each one of your projects as well. So the first thing I need is, I like to have a little mat to work with. Even though I have a silicone mat here, guys, I hate cleaning it at the end of the day. So I got these deli sandwich paper wrappers off of Amazon years ago, and they're like a 12 by 12 or a 14 by 14 sheet. They work great for just being a back, just being a surface I can glue on or whatever. I have my ink. I'm using Distress Ink Vintage Photo, my paintbrush, some clear gesso. Remember, if you don't have clear gesso, use your glue stick. Use whatever glue you have. Create your own decoupage medium glue that is 2 parts Elmer's school glue or whatever, and water. 2 parts glue, 1 part water. Create your own. Use what you have on hand. Don't go thinking you have to go get fancy or anything. For this, I am using another Hearts Club, or a Hearts card. I'm sorry, I just picked the next card in the stack, which is the 2 of Hearts, but I did want it to be a heart card because boundaries is actually the thing that I'm focusing on the most in this year for myself. So that And it's about boundaries around my heart as well as my home. So I found a little doorway, and I'm going to be using that. And so this is where I'm going to just get started, friends. So, I have a little stencil, and I've got some white acrylic gesso as well for my little brick stencil. So anyhow, that is my supplies, friends. And now all we have to do is we just have to get to crafting, to creating our little works of art. That is what this is all about. So I'm going to be covering up the majority of my card with elements, whether it be the door frame, the stenciling, the whatever that I'm adding on here. But texture never hurt anybody. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to grab this same tissue paper. This is that Craft Random papery kind of tissue paper stuff that I got in a package over Christmas shipping. I literally don't even know where it came from. It just appeared, and I brought it out here to my shed and to my craft shed, and yeah. So I'm just going to stick this down real quick. And so anyhow, I hope your guys' first week of January has gone well. I'm going to just lay some gel medium out here. And so yeah, I hope it's gone well. Thank you guys who have been sharing and posting pictures of your projects and sharing them on your YouTube channels. I truly appreciate you guys. It's fun for me to see other makers doing their art. I think it's just fun, and I am just excited to have all of you guys along on this challenge. So thank you, and continue to share your projects with me. Use the hashtag, and I always try to make sure that I jump on there and comment and show you that I'm seeing what you're doing, friends. I'm seeing what you're doing, and I'm loving it. I just love seeing what everybody is picking up and how you are interpreting the themes or the styles and the words and whatnot. And it's going to be a blast as we go through this project. So again, I'm just covering the base of my card. And this is really because, quite frankly, I don't like solid white surfaces. White has never been my favorite color. And so I just want to cover it, but I also want the effect of the card to still be visible. So, you know, I know what I'm using. I know what my product is. Lavender Lemonade Lotus in my Big Bubba cup here. If you're not familiar with my channel, if you're new, it's my favorite drink. It is Lotus energy drink that is their lemonade. It's their skinny pink lemonade with lavender syrup. And I'm here to tell you, it is amazing. Might be a bit of an addiction. Probably not my best choice, but it's okay. When I come to my shed, I come with a Lavender Lemonade Lotus. They should sponsor me. They don't. I should maybe reach out to them, but you know, no worries. All right. So the first thing for me is this year I am focusing on boundaries of my home and my heart. I tend to allow others to control my home and my time and my space and what I do because I just never say no. And it's not their fault. It's my fault. I'm the one who doesn't say no. And I'm the one who allows that to happen. So it's not them at default, it's me. And so this year, with that little recognition of what I'm struggling with, I really want to focus on setting boundaries around my home and around myself. So I have this little, this doorway, and this is an image from, oh my goodness, Miriam's Small Art on Etsy, and she has a website. I'll try to remember to post it below in the video. But she has some super awesome images. I just love them. And she does a lot of doorways. And so I found one that I really liked. And so this is going to represent my home. And I want to make sure that it really stays glued. And I don't have a lot of experience with the clear gesso. So I just am going to make sure without a doubt that it's going to stay on here. So I'm going to glue it well. And I just inked the edges. I used my art glitter glue. And then I'm going to go over it with the clear gesso just because I'm actually going to apply some white gesso over the top, but I also like the texture and the feel that the clear gesso gives. I don't know, it kind of has that Mod Podgy feel. So I'm going to set this aside, and this is just a paper deli sheet. You know, pick up the donuts out of the deli case kind of deli sheet. I bought a box of 500 of these on Amazon years and years ago for like $9. I think they go for like $14 now, but and I use these for a myriad of projects. That's probably enough gesso, but oh, and you know what? I did not want to use gesso, so just pretend like I didn't do this, guys. I craft with you, mistakes and all, because pretend I did not do that. I know that was a waste of gesso, but that was not the medium that I had wanted to grab. Now that I did that, I actually wanted my modeling paste. I apologize for that. But this is how I craft, and I share with you when I make mistakes and when I'm not on my game and everything else. It just is what it is, and I love you guys for allowing me to craft and make mistakes and to not judge that I am human. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to place a few little bricks. I know, bricks are walls, and it's not so much about the wall as it is about the boundary. It doesn't have to be a wall. It can be a fence. A brick can be a fence too. So I am looking at this as kind of being a fence around my home. And unfortunately, a card doesn't give me a lot of room to work with. And so I have to be, so it is what it is. And I swore I had a smaller brick stencil, but for the life of me, I looked and I couldn't find it, and I didn't want to take any more time. So I'm just gonna place a few bricks here, and to me, this is gonna represent the fence around my property that I need to be cognizant that nobody needs to come. I don't have to let them in. I don't have to let them in. I can say no and not now. And it's okay. So I'm going to peel that up, and then I'm going to clean up my tools real quick here because I'm done with that. Just a little something. that's just a little something. So that was just modeling paste. I'm pretty sure I got this at, let's see, this is a Michaels product, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit around here. Doesn't have to be perfect, friends. This is, remember, this is our art. Nobody else has to see these projects. This is just us creating what matters to us. And I just give you some prompts and some ideas in which to try. I'm going to pause you because I think this may take a few minutes to dry. So I'm going to pause you for a second, but I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Okay. So that's fairly dry, not completely dry, but it's fairly dry. And so the next thing I want to do is I've got some Distress Stain or Distress Ink Walnut Stain here. And I just want a drop of that and a couple splashes of water mixed there. And I'm going to, I've just got a bottle of water here that I use to clean off my paintbrush. But what I want to do is I just want to kind of lay this in here. And I want to kind of run it down the bricks a bit to give it a little bit of texture and dimension and to make it stand out a bit more. But I don't want to cover my bricks. Here, sorry, I get quiet when I'm concentrating and thinking here. Just want to give it that aged appearance around there. A bit. And this is another way of using the products that we have on hand and doing something different with them. So even though this is like a re-inker for the distressed ink pad, I'm using it more as a paint. So I like being able to use my products for more than just what they were necessarily intended for. So, and I like to share those ideas with you so you kind of know that just because it says it's an ink pad or an ink stain doesn't mean that that's exactly what you have to use it for. So anywho, I'm going to give that a quick dry here. Just a quick dry. And then I've got my doorway, but I also need to be wary of my own heart here. So I am going to lay my heart in here, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac just because I think that's the only medium that will probably hold this on. And I just wanted to show you, this is an applique. This is an applique, and I'll show you. It came in this, it looked like this. It's a big long strip of hearts and bows, and they're just sewed together, and you cut them apart for use. I got these off of either Temu or Wish or somewhere like that. I know, one of those terrible sites that everybody says don't use. I'm sorry, sometimes when you're on a budget, you can get quite a lot from those companies. I don't like to buy digital products from them or anything like that, or artwork, because I'm afraid that it may be stolen from other artists. But there are certain things that I do allow myself to purchase from there. So anyway, that is one of those things. And so I'm just going to take my art glitter glue here, and I'm going to glue one full side down on my card, and the other side can, even though it's about protecting it, this project is also about just having fun with art too. So I'm going to let my little heart hang off as texture and interest. And then what I'm going to do is, I found this little button. This is an old button. It was in my grandma's button bin. I don't know how old it is or anything about it. It's a plastic button, so I assume it's probably not that old of a button, but it was in her button bin, and so I found it. And then I am going to use just my good old-fashioned, this is my, this is what I use to sew my journals with. Waxed linen thread. That's what it is. Oh, geez. Lost my mind there for a second, friends. So it is just waxed linen thread, and I don't know if this needle will go through my button. Give me a second here. Yes, okay. And I am actually going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around my card. I have to think about this because I want my end to be through, out. So I'm going to go around my card a couple times, maybe. In effect here, like 3 times, come back around. Okay, that ought to give me enough. I don't even know that I need this. Let's put this away. That is not the top. This is the top. Okay, because my thought process is, if I do this right, I hope my head's not in the camera. It was in the camera for one of the videos, and I'm like, how did that ever happen? I don't think my head's ever been in the camera. Obviously, my camera angle is slightly off. Okay, so then I'm going to go like here and find the other end and bring it up through here. I guess I can bring it down here. Like so. I had kind of an idea of how I wanted these to kind of lay out here on my card. Now, whether I can make that happen or not, it's a whole other ball game, friends. But I can sure try. Again, keep in mind, I'm a perfectionist, and so I'm trying very hard to let go of some of those tendencies, but I still am a real person. I still have moments. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tie my button on here. Tie a knot. I don't know if I can make my fingers tie a little bow here or not. I don't know. We'll try it. Don't laugh, friends. I'm sure some of you have some perfect method for doing this, but yep, not me. I'm going to fumble through it with you guys because that's just how I roll. Let me do it the hard way, okay? I always say, do as I say, not as I do, because I do a lot of hard way stuff. Okay, got a little bow there. Trim off my little edges. All right. So then I've got a little boundary around my heart with a button. I've got a little boundary around my home. And then I just need to glue some coffee dyed paper, or you can do your favorite journaling paper. You can do whatever you like. I happen to have a ton of coffee dyed paper, and so that's just what I'm using because it is available to me, and I can, so I will. And so I just am using my matte gel medium here. And then as I learned from, I think, the last video, I'm going to still put down some art glitter glue around my edges. And I didn't put my pin back in it, so yep, see? Friends, it's always a struggle. There's always a struggle. You can overcome these things, even if it's just trying to get your art glitter glue to come out. Always remember to put the pin back in it. There we go. All right. Still not happy with me. Still not happy. I could make a video some days just in the struggle of trying to get the art glitter glue to come out. Some days that's like a whole video process. What the heck? Today, it could be that day. I could be struggling all day with the art glitter glue. I should just switch to a different glue, but now I'm dedicated to the process. Oh, Lord have mercy, friends. I'm telling you. Some days the struggle is just real. It's okay. It's all right. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Got some glue on there now, finally. Okay. A little harder to spread this one because I got that button on there. I should have maybe done the back before I did the front, but that's okay, friends. Like I said, I craft the hard way. And I let you learn from my mistakes. So if you're putting your button on, you might want to decorate your back first. Love it. Love it, my friends. Okay, now then, just because my corners might not be as sharp as they were, I'll just run through them with my little corner rounder here. And because I am an inker, I'm going to ink all around my edges. Being careful not to cut my threads that were helping with my boundary there around my card and for my button. All right, and then I want to get out my Crop-A-Dile, and remember, if you do not have a Crop-A-Dile, friends, it's okay. Use a standard paper punch. A standard paper punch will work just fine for you. No special tools needed. Remember, we're trying to use the things that we have, and it is unfortunate because I have a huge stash of items to work with, but I'm trying to think in a way of looking at it from crafters who may not. So that's why some of this, if you're an experienced crafter, may seem very mundane and basic, but I do like to be able to craft so that the everyday crafter can craft with us. Okay, so my Crop-A-Dile and my card, and I'm going to use silver one. Now I'm getting out my other two cards on my rings. Now, guys, if your cards are doing this, if they're curling up, lay these under a couple heavy books. Just set them under a couple heavy books for a day, and they'll all lay flat. I haven't done that. I have been in too much of a hurry to do that with my cards, so I'm just letting them do what they're doing for right now, and then at some point when I have time, I'll come back and do that. So just putting a circle there where I need to make my hole for my ring, and there, and then I don't know. I'm going to stop you for a second because I'm going to look for an item that I don't know if I have or not. So hold tight for 1 second, friends. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Okay, so I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, but I found something that is still going to fit with what I was thinking. I was looking to see if I had a charm or something that said protect, but I didn't. But I did find one that said brave, and to me, I think that still works because I'm having to be very brave. I'm having to show a lot of personal bravery. As I start saying no, it's taking a lot for me to actually say, no, I can't, or no, you can't. And so to me, that is brave. And so that is the charm that I chose to attach here. And so anyway, so that is my week 2 card for the Full Deck Challenge. And again, I've got my boundaries for my home. I've got the boundary around my heart, And that is what my card is going to be for the second week of this TBM 2024 Full Deck Challenge. So I can't wait to see what you guys create. I can't wait to see how you use these 2 prompts in your project entries for the week. Please make sure that you share the hashtag on social media so that I can jump over and I get notified so I can check you guys out and see what all you are creating. So thank you guys again. Thank you so very much for joining me for this challenge. I'm super excited. I hope this video was a little bit better than the last one, and I hope that you'll continue to join me throughout the challenge. So thank you guys so very much. I look forward to the next video with you all. Please take care, friends. Be well and happy crafting. Bye-bye. Until the next time. See you soon.